That's the smooth ass intro right there.
Yo, what's good, guys? Welcome back to another episode. It's your boy, AB Motherfucker Cuban. We got a special guest in the house. We got Mark. I'm telling you, Mark said it's official. So welcome, Mark, to the woods. You feel me? Last episode was welcome, Mark, into the woods. You feel me?
Yeah, we back with it again, man.
Yeah, we got a special guest, man. This guy is my coworker. When he first started with our company, the motherfucker told me he did something crazy, so I said I definitely need to have you in the podcast. But before we start speaking and doing all our shit, you feel me? What's up, Eric in the house?
Oh, what's up, buddy?
Turn on them sound effects.
We
need a proper introduction for my man.
Yeah.
I'm feeling comfortable here. That's what I'm talking about.
That's what's up. But before we start talking about this shit, bro, because I think like your life is crazy, and I wanted my boy Mark to experience what I was experiencing when you were telling me all this shit. I was like, man. I was like, so what I'm drinking right now is some rum. It's called Plantation. So it's from Barbaros. I can't say that.
Guaranteed.
Barbados.
There you go. But we're gonna get some going.
Barbados.
Well, I can't see now. I'm fucked up. I can't even say that shit.
Nah, I feel left out.
No, bro, it's all good. It's all good. We don't pressure anybody from drinking. So if you do come to the podcast, I have liquor. Don't think that's like like you have to drink. You feel me? I always have to have an 805. But cheers.
Oh,
cheers. It's a great episode, man. Tell me what you think about this, bro.
Ooh. That shit definitely got a little bit more kick than what
this
we
is
had
rum.
last
This is
time.
rum.
Oh, this rum?
Yeah.
Oh shit, bro, you trying to start some shit. Man, I haven't had rum since probably high school, bro.
Damn. Nah, this is rum. This is good shit. You had a Havana Club, didn't you, last time?
Yeah,
that was rum too.
Okay.
I think most of my bad memories with liquor are usually associated with rum.
Rum is some. Look, dark rum is good for me. Just
it makes you strong.
Yeah, it makes you. It's like you taking fucking steroids and shit. But fucking white one, like the clear one, you give me 2 shots of that, I won't remember the night.
Yeah, that's just pure.
I will not remember the night.
I remember trying Bacardi 151.
151 is the fucking bomb, bro.
That's what you gave me last time, right?
Good, bro.
I had it in a little bottle.
Yeah.
Yep.
You said you got it like transported.
Yep.
Imported from somewhere. Shit, that shit was hidden.
And then stepped on up to Everclear. Tried that a few times.
What the fuck is that?
You've never tried Everclear?
No.
You're a hard liquor drinker. You've never tried Everclear.
It's similar to moonshine, right?
It's like it shits on moonshine.
Yeah.
It's like
what do they sell? Do they sell this at the store?
It's literally 90 proof. It's 100.
Well, it's like rubbing alcohol then.
Pretty much. You can start your car with it.
Oh shit!
I'm not even. But it's called Everclear. You can.
Do they sell it like?
Yeah, you can go to Bevmo. You can pick some up.
Okay, what is it called? Everclear.
Everclear.
Okay, I'm gonna try it.
Wow, I can't believe I've never heard of it.
Nah, bro.
That breaks my heart.
Yeah,
I heard of it. I heard of it, but I never tried
It's
it.
always used in movies as like the top tier of most alcoholic of drinks, and it's always at the very top. The only thing that competes with it is the absinthe because they make it's like supposed to hallucinate you. You know what I mean? But Everclear is the top dog. If you can handle Everclear, there's pretty much nothing, bro. There's nothing that
you got big ass nuts.
Yeah, pretty much, bro.
All right. Well, so like I said earlier, my boy, he does he started working with me, right? So we started chopping it up, and they had told me that this nigga was a mortician.
Yeah.
And I said, "What the?" I didn't even know what the fuck a mortician was, right? Yeah. So I said, "What the fuck is a mortician?" In my head, I was like, "This nigga works at more." More furniture. So I was like, "What the fuck is a mortician?" And then so I'm like, "All right." And then they explained to me, he's like, "Oh, he works with dead people, like with dead people and shit."
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, "What the fuck?" So we just start chopping it up, and this nigga's telling me like shit that he's doing, bro. Like it was like nothing. Like this nigga could be part of the cartel. Like, "Oh, nigga, I just shot somebody in the face." Oh, what?
Yeah,
like okay,
real. You see some. I know. You seen some crazy stuff over the time.
Well, I worked with obviously I can't use many names.
Nah,
right.
I know. There's
you don't have to. I mean,
yeah. No, what I can, I will obviously.
Yeah.
but there's a few cases here and there that I would tiptoe around with trying to tell you about. But legally, it refrains me from actually saying certain things.
Yeah, and I don't want you to get in trouble. Like, oh, get that nigga. We're not working there. They come and arrest this nigga. It's like,
no,
you.
I got. Well, it's kind of sad to say. You don't mean to say fortunate enough, but I was lucky to pick up a few famous cases here and there.
Yeah.
And there was a few that where they require us to sign like contracts and things like that. That if any info came out, but there's one that I am able to say was the guitarist from Slayer when he died over here in Hemet. Me and our coworkers.
This nigga was in Hemet?
Really?
Yeah, the hospital, and we were able to.
What the fuck was he doing in Hemet?
Slayer, yeah.
And,
I don't know who he is.
The metal band.
Yeah.
The metal band. Mm-hmm. But anyways,
but I'm just saying, what the fuck was he doing?
We were told that one of our guys have to go through the front door because there was cameras and all this and that there, and we had to go around back and pick up the case through the back. The body case usually it's just like either a zipper for most, or we just wrap them up in cloth. But this time it was like in this plastic container. All the edges were like sealed up, and so that way they knew if someone tried to like cut it open and take a picture, they knew instantly if someone got into it.
Yeah. Okay. The crazy thing is like what they do for famous people, right?
Yeah.
Like if it's a regular ass motherfucker, like, let anybody fucking touch that shit. But there's a fucking person that's famous, like nah, like seal this bitch up. Don't let nobody touch it.
Pretty much, yeah.
Man, that's crazy. So how did you get into like being a mortician? Bro?
Okay, so
I mean, I know you told me, but the niggas in the podcast,
yeah, everyone here don't know what's up.
Know.
And so I was here for a little while, and then I moved out to Idaho. I followed a job out there at a cheese factory. I actually paid amazing, great benefits, this and that. And then
up in by Montana?
No, it was at Twin Falls, Idaho. But this is where the cheese factory that we went to. There was
where
one.
Is Idaho at?
Idaho, it's right above Nevada.
Okay.
There you go.
Well, I'm saying right next to Wyoming and shit.
You can go through Oregon at the top of California, and then you can make your way that way. Salt Lake City is another way you can go, and it's like maybe 6-8 hours from Salt Lake City.
Okay.
But
what made you move? Oh, because you said
job for the job.
Mm-hmm.
Everything went south.
When I started drinking, bro, I just fucking forget everything.
Everything went south. Everything went terrible. It was awful.
Okay, hold on. Let me stop you there. Let me ask you something. Why the fuck did you pick the cheese?
The cheese factory? Because it was a guaranteed job. Right. It was an in. It paid great. Everything was almost too good to be true when I was young, and obviously it was too good to be true. And so like, did they like came and record? Like, no. What happened was that they pumped out tons of money because they basically were trying to hire, get people to go and do all this and that to look good. And the moment they got staffed and got everything going, a few months went by, they just closed everything.
I told you the drinking makes any get barf.
Yeah, they closed the factory. They closed. Everyone was out of work, and nobody knew what was going on. It was a whole charade, and it just sucked, But
so you didn't even work?
No, I worked for a few months, and then, like I said, that went south. And then I sold cars for a while. That was pretty fun, and got out of that. Then I worked at GameStop for a little while. After everything,
you look like you work at GameStop.
I look like I work at GameStop.
Because you were fucking shorts and shit.
I'm a very proud nerd. Very proud nerd. I've always told you that. I have no shame.
Text me. I said, "What are you doing?" He said, "I'm nerding and some shit like that." I was like, "This."
So you do you have like a Twitch account where you like?
Oh no! Well, I do have a Twitch account, but I really don't like.
Stream
there's okay, so there's like different levels of nerds and different levels of gamers and this and that, and like people who like PC people that consider themselves elitist. People who own Switches, they call themselves purists.
Oh, I'm a purist
because you're not playing the game for achievements or to compare your score to someone else. So you're playing the game to play the game. So you're purist.
I'm a purist then.
And there you go.
Because I got a Switch.
I know. I was thinking about making one, but I was like, damn, I don't even know if I even know how to do this shit.
I have a Twitch account, but I go and watch people play.
Yeah, but not to veer off of other stories.
I'm talking about the Switch.
I'm talking about Twitch, like the streaming service.
But Twitch is on the Switch.
Yeah, I know that. But we're talking about it, and I don't know if you got confused because I said I got one.
Oh no, I ain't got no Switch though.
Oh, I got a Switch.
Yeah, I need one.
I just buy one so we can play Mario Kart.
I actually have 3 Switches. So me, the little one, the missus.
Mm-hmm. This nigga said 3. You got Mario Kart?
Yep.
I'll dust your Mario Kart.
Y'all niggas make me want to get one.
Get one right now.
I'm gonna go buy one next week.
All right, so like I said,
wait, hold on. Before we keep going. Do you have like to play online?
Yeah, of course.
Oh, fuck yeah. I'm about to get it right now.
Of course I do, bro. Of course. We could even stream the Twitch matches.
Oh, let's do it. Fuck it.
Do that shit right on the podcast.
Hell yeah. But like I said, everything went south and I had to get out of there. My pops had a stroke, so I was like, I got to go back home, do what I can to help, what I can. And then I couldn't find work. And then out of nowhere, my homie Juan just stops by.
Shout out to Juan.
Yep, shout out to Juan. He's a comedian. Remember I told you at the comedy spot?
Oh, is he?
Yeah, he's good shit. But
I'm about to have him in the podcast.
Yeah, he told me straight up. He came over. He was dropping off my brother because we're all close friends.
Yeah.
And then he was like, "What have you been up to?" I was like, "Bro, I'm fucking shit out of luck, dog. I got no work. I got nothing. I don't know what to do." And he was like, "Well, here's my number. I know you. You're good with.
I know you're a crazy motherfucker."
he was like, "I know you're not like afraid around being dead people because I'm a cancer survivor patient, and seen worse in the living than I have in the dead." Yeah. And so he was like, "I know this doesn't phase you."
Make that a fucking shirt, bro.
Yeah, put that on a shirt.
But sure. Yeah, he was like, "I know this doesn't phase you, so here, talk to my boss. We need peoples." And then the next day, I got an appointment set up to meet him, and then chit chatted. And then the third day, I was out doing cases. And
no training, like
no training, no training.
Go over there and get this dead ass body.
All the big dog told me, he was like, "Do you have a suit?" I was like, "Yeah." And he was like, he was like, "Can you?" Right? And he was like, "Can you talk to people? Are you comfortable with talking to people?" I was like, "Yeah, that's never really been an issue in any way." And so he was like, "Yeah, all right, we'll send you on a few cases, see how you do." And one of my first cases was the one I told you about, the flip-flop case.
Flip-flop.
And it was kind of...
It's funny how... Okay, before you start getting into it, right? Because you're talking about a case now. Do you guys name the case?
No, every agency, like I said, I can't say the name of the agency, but every agency has like a certain amount of employees. Usually, it's pretty small, like 8 maybe at most. Ours was pretty big. We had like 20, 30 employees.
You think it's small because motherfuckers don't really want to do that shit?
Yeah, pretty much. It's because it's not many stay. It's a really high like conveyor belt kind of situation.
Nigga, because I see a dead dog, nigga. I'm like, I don't even want to look at it.
Yeah, when you doing stuff like that, because like I'm an organ donor. Right? I know when I pass away, I want to give away my organs.
You're a fun case.
Yeah,
you're a fun case.
That's why I was like, do they take that out in the hospital or do they wait till it get to the mortgage?
Okay, so that's
to the morgue.
To the morgue. So that's a little. The way it works is that California law basically states that if you pass away at home,
you have to take it at home. Like they open your ass up at home and taking this shit.
The issue where it comes in is that if you pass away at home, California law states is that we actually don't have any time restriction in picking you up. It's the moment you call us, we have to be there within like 4 or 6 hours. Give or take.
Explain that to me, because explain it to me like if I was 5. I just want
Well, that's most of the time. I'm trying to dumb it down for you right now, bro.
God, so instead of California says like you could be dead for years.
Okay, yeah, let's say like we've been homies forever, we're old, this and that, and for some reason I still hang out with you and you fucking died right here and there. And I was like, you know what, I'm not gonna deal with it. I'm gonna let the future me deal with that in like 8 hours, and there's nothing against the law. You can literally just sit right here
dead.
Damn.
No laws broken whatsoever. And then the moment
murder?
And then the moment you call the whatever agency, 911, doesn't matter what it is, but the moment you make the call, then boom, now we have like 4 to 6 hours. We try to break under 4 hours in case you are an organ donor, and we find that out, and then boom, we rush you to the facilities to take everything out.
So when they call 911, was 911 calls you guys?
No. Actually, when they talk to 911, they will send the paramedic to make sure the case is officially dead.
Okay.
And then after that, they'll immediately speak with the family, what we call the DPOA. That's another thing that's like drives me DPOA. So when you're the
that nigga's getting put off.
Okay, so a lot of times when it comes to the dead people, like the family members, they'll be like, "I'm the power of attorney," So what I want is the way it goes, and it's not the case. The power of attorney only applies when you're alive. you make decisions on the person who's dying, not dead, dying. And so all medical decisions fall to you. You're the power of attorney. But the DPOA is the durable power of attorney. They're basically dead power of attorney. This is the way I just relate to it.
So there's two people.
And it's all by the person. So this person might look at you like, you're the smartest guy in the family. I want you to take care of me when I'm alive. But then you might look at someone else in the family and it's like, you know what? He has more money. He can probably give me a better funeral. I'm going to make him the DPOA. And then whatever the DPOA says, that's who we follow.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Sure.
Yeah, that's more simple.
Learning shit now. I didn't know that.
And then when you get to the mortuary, whoever is paying the most, we will basically follow your lead.
So say Zero dies, right? Mm-hmm. Me and Mark are related to Zero. Mm-hmm. Mark got more money than me, but I'm the DPOA. Mm-hmm. He still get.
This is an interesting situation because you have all rights pretty much, and then we're gonna hit you with the bill. And then you're gonna be like, well, I can't pay Mark. That. Well, who can pay it?
Oh, Mark.
Okay. You should probably make him the DPOA now.
Oh, okay. Oh. Yep, you can turn it over.
Damn. So you see, niggas, you guys learning some shit now.
Nah, for real, because it's like the conspiracy is that like when you're an organ donor and you pass away, like they let you die so they can take the organs out.
Yeah, it's what's funny when you hear about that.
Mm-hmm.
That
is it true?
Die. No. Well,
that's kind of scary.
It's kind of shit.
So that's why I'm not an organ donor.
But the only issue I have with that is that means they would have to be there when you die. Mm-hmm. Right, and usually when they show up,
like the hospital.
People like to say that when they pick you up from like an accident and you're going to the hospital and they're like, there's a heart, like waiting, and this guy's near death, and they're like, well, we can just let him pass.
Don't give him no morphine. Let the nigga die.
Just let him pass, which it doesn't make sense because if you take the heart and then give it to someone else to live, even though this person dies, there's no equivalent exchange.
Yeah, have you ever thought about like how when people like take your organs and shit? Mm-hmm. Yeah, like so say like you need a heart, right? And you take my heart.
Like, it has to be the same blood type.
No, I'm not talking about none of that. Like I'm saying like, would you like be part of like take some part of me? Like you ever thought about it? Yeah, you feel me? Like
nah, I doubt it.
Can they do that with brain?
Yeah, they probably. I think
if there was some sort of way to transfer your consciousness in some way, you are you because of your experiences, not because of your parts. It's what you've been through is what makes you as funny as you are, or as much of an asshole as you are. I'm talking to you, spaghetti.
Damn, I thought I came with open arms. Like, hey, welcome to Lumber.
Yeah, because like I always thought like me being an organ donor, I'm giving somebody else a chance to live.
Actually, you're giving a lot of people a chance to live. You're giving your eyes go to someone who needs replacement eyes. You have your heart. Yeah, we take your eyes out. We have these cool little canisters that go over your skull, and they have like 3 sharp edges.
No, wait, hold on. Before you
we take that shit out, dog.
It's like when you say that, bro. I just imagine that little shit that like cuts the vegetables and shit.
It's it's very similar. It's very similar to. It's a newer tool. Not many places have it. The traditional way is it's a device that grabs it, then you sever the nerve.
So if I die right now, right? Mm-hmm. I'm not gonna wood. And Mark needs an eye. Mm-hmm. My eye can work for him?
Yeah.
Pretty much.
What the fuck?
Yeah, you can do stuff like that.
That's kind of weird how they would do it.
There's eye transplants. They've done face transplants now and stuff like that. It's kind of nuts.
What the fuck? That's crazy. Okay, so we go back because we went
way further. Yeah, been talking. No worries. It's okay.
No. Before we go on, bro, I didn't explain to you what the WOODZ is, bro.
The WOODZ.
I jumped right into that. Yeah. So the WOODZ is like where you at now. This is my hood. This is where I grew up. Mark been here a couple of times when he was younger. Mm-hmm. His brother used to be here all the time. Mm-hmm. So this is where I've been here for like 20 years. So this is the WOODZ. So if you would text me like, "Hey B, where you at?" I say, "I'm in the WOODZ."
And this is, you mean right here?
And this is like this is my hood. Like this is why I say like or they call it the packs.
Yeah, this is where you gangbang. So.
This where Abraham got that shit from, bro.
Nah, we don't gangbang around.
This is your hood, yeah.
Nah, that's right. But
you got to defend it, right?
Yeah, we don't talk about that right now. The feds are looking, bro. The feds are looking. Right, come on, man. The fuck?
No, dude, I can get rid of the body. I have more to worry about than here.
Yeah, you're right. So this is what the WOODZ is, right? So this is like so you coming in the podcast, you're part of the WOODZ now.
For sure.
So but we go back to your first case. You said you call it the flip flop.
No, my first like. Well, it was my second case was the flip flop. The first case was just like an old dude. Doesn't really matter. But my first actual interesting case.
Yeah, okay.
You know, and the boss calls me up and he tells me, "Hey, we got this flip flop." And I was like, "When the fuck is a fucking flip flop?" And he's like, "Dude, just be ready." Just like, in a low voice. Like I was like, "Am I supposed to whisper it back?" And no, I'm like, "Okay." It's like, do I suit up? Like, am I wearing something different?
So you have to wear suits all the time?
Pretty much. Oh no, our company did that specifically. You have to wear suit, pants, and a dress up white shirt. Literally for like every other company that there exists. We're known as removal companies.
Why?
Just to look appropriate for the.
Why do you think?
Removal companies?
No, why do they have to wear slacks and like a suit?
I would say look professional.
But the nigga's dead already. What the fuck?
Yeah, but still, you got family members coming there seeing the bodies and shit like that. You know, you don't want to be dressed like I am. What the fuck? This nigga
you know what's absolutely hilarious is that you're actually right. There is no real point when it comes to the removal, other than the fact that other mortuaries will make fun of other mortuaries.
Oh, it's like a gang.
You get what I'm saying? They'll be like, you know,
it's like a gang. Everything's a fucking gang.
The company that I work for, like I said, we suit up completely, like all the way,
tie up and everything.
And other companies will use us preferably over others because we
you look professional.
And then
like, can you work on a suit like picking up? Say like you picking up like how you had told me like
that 648-pound case, like, man. That shit was awful. That was the worst experience of my life.
But we will get to that.
Yeah. There's plenty, so don't worry.
That's crazy, man. I would have been like, nigga, I need some like sweats or something. Nigga, like, I need a wife beater. You feel me? It's hot up in this bitch.
I know.
Looking at dead bodies, bro.
But yeah, no, he hit me up. Like I said, he told me, he's like, come down to the station. I'll be waiting. He's like, I need to take you.
We have a flip flop.
Yeah, that's it. And he did it like I said, like that. He was like, we have a flip flop, and I was like, what the fuck is a flip flop? You know. And so he was
going back and forth.
That's all it becomes for a while. But so we go out to Rancho, and there's a mortuary out there. Obviously can't name, but we go in there and there's a company that specializes in organ removal and things like that. This location is like absolutely terrifying. It's like what you think of an actual mortuary, like in a scary movie would look like. And in the back, most mortuaries have a slight incline, so you can like back up a car and we can unload like the bodies and stuff like that. This one had like a 40-degree incline. We had to park at the top and like kind of just let the bodies just like roll down. Like for real, it was like the song, dog. So we get up to the double doors, and it's an old double door. I don't understand why like these doors have been there since it was made.
1870.
Like, you get what I'm saying? Like you tell me you can't, like, you don't have money to replace these doors at one point.
Motherfuckers falling,
you know. So
we
and my boss is like, I can almost feel that he's enjoying himself taking me here. You know, like a newbie. You know, this is like this his hazing.
It's like
almost.
me giving you 20 footers.
Yeah, pretty much. Okay. Yeah, and then not helping me in the walk-in rate because you have to go sweep something.
Yeah. Like, you got it, bro.
Exactly.
Hey, where you spotting them? Oh, gee, that nigga got it.
And so we opened the door, right? And it's like I said, it's like a horror movie. It's creaking. We can't even like open it all the way. We have to use force and shit. Yeah. The light is literally flickering. Like I'm like, dude, this is. I was like, I felt set up. I felt like okay, I'm gonna see my other coworkers. They're all fucking with me. You know what I mean?
Would you ever like, and when they say, okay, I mean. Okay, keep going. Keep going.
You ask me afterwards. Okay. So we finally get to this bag. It looks awful. Their freezer for the bodies. It's one of the worst freezers I've ever seen. It's terrible. They just stack them. I've never really seen it done other than this location. Like they just literally like
body stacks and shit.
It's kind of awful.
I pick the one that you want to work on.
And then there's like this door off in the corner, and he's like, okay, this is where we got to go. This is where our flip-flop case is, okay? And I was like, all right, cool. And he opens up the door, and it's like this bright white light. It's super clean. It's like no, I felt like I was walking into like an afterlife. I was like, this is just nuts. The ground was risen up. There's a table at the front. The case is right there. And I was like, this is like mind-blowing. You know, I was like, I didn't expect this. Like this, it looks gorgeous. It's absolutely clean, and I feel like you can start.
You a fucking weird nigga. This nigga weird, bro.
Bro, you got to be brave to do a job like that, bro.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. This nigga said this is gorgeous.
It's gorgeous,
my
bro.
nightmares would fucking haunt me forever, bro. I wouldn't.
I tell you, I see a dog. I see a. When my lizards die, bro, I don't even want to touch them.
Work, bro. Work. Remember the chickens?
Yeah, I'll talk about that.
We'll talk about that later.
That's a later. That's a little topic. There. But I'm saying, like, even with the chickens, like, I mean, the chickens, what the fuck? My lizards that die, bro, I don't even want to. I touch them and they call it like, oh shit. I'm pretty sure our dead body is.
Oh, no, they're much different when you touch them, and I'll explain that as well in a minute. But like I said, the case is right there, the curtains on it. And so he unravels the curtain. He looks normal for the most part.
Yeah.
And look a little deflated, but I figured that would be normal after death. And he was like, this is why we call him a flip-flop. He grabs the toes and he rolls it all the way up to the thigh. Past the knee, all the way up to the thigh. He's removed all the bones. Everything's been collected. And I was like, well, why flip-flop? I was like, why not a Rolo or something? Because if you're going to do that. And he goes, this is why. He lets go of the foot and it flip-flops all the way back into its original shape. There's just enough malleability left in the skin to keep its original form.
What the fuck?
So the bones are gone.
Everything's gone. We've harvested the bone marrow and everything. And your bone marrow saves a lot of lives, more than every other organ.
And that was an organ donor.
Yeah, that was an organ donor. That's
bro, you gonna be a flip flop.
Yeah. But like I said, dude, your bones save a lot of
lives. Change your Instagram name to flip flop. I'm good.
I am. I'm like, what the fuck? Hold up, man. I'm gonna have to go to the DMV and change my organ. My organ donor stamp, bro.
The reason why I say your bone marrow saves is one of the most important things. Period. No matter what, is because how many people have you met family wise that have cancer?
I would say at least
right.
As far as like
my grandpa died from cancer.
Stuff like that.
So when you go through radiation and your body gets bombarded with the radiation, and they get sick, obviously, right? But they get sick because the radiation kills your bone marrow. Your white blood cells come from your bone marrow. And so if you have no bone marrow left, you can't fight any infection off.
Yeah.
So if you're an organ donor and you're donating everything, all your bone marrow is going to tons of cancer patients that need it.
So what are you donating?
Everything.
I'm a fool.
Can you pick?
I thought it was just main organs.
Can you pick?
Your lung, your liver.
When you register and you choose that you're an organ donor, I think there's like two different kinds where it's just like your organs only, or a full donor, which is bones.
Okay, let me ask you this. And then we're gonna stop here before I'm gonna let you think about this question. But we're gonna stop because my camera's only going for 30 minutes.
All right.
So, do you think that like after you die, do you feel everything they're doing? And don't answer.
Okay.
All right, so the question that let's start with Mark because you say you got the fucking answer.
Yeah.
What do you think?
I think your conscious mind, as far as like, I think because when you die, you still have a conscience. I think you can still feel certain parts of your body, but as far as them like cutting you open, and
like
shit,
feeling,
like I don't think you can feel that. I think you still have a conscience of like dreaming and shit like that. Like you go into a dream and like you still like you can still have dreams. I feel like,
See, that's why we should have a ghost as a guest so we can ask.
Casper ain't coming in this motherfucker no time soon.
No, but I don't know why, but I feel like you still feel shit. Like after you die, I feel like you still will feel like them cutting you. I don't know. I don't know why, but I feel like you do.
Well, you're more than likely right. The brain activity doesn't die anywhere between 7 to 14 minutes after complete oxygen has been like head severed and there's no way more blood's going to pump. You got about 7 to 14 minutes that your brain's going to stay active. So there was two cool instances from history. Queen Elizabeth, when her people turned on her when she was having like parties and this and that, and all her people are starving, they got pissed off at her, they chopped her head off. After they chopped her head off, they picked it up and they slapped her. She turned red. And then there was another instances of the scientist back in the day, 1600, something like that. He was thinking about the guillotine, things like that, what we're talking about. Well, he took the testing to another level. He told his assistant that he's basically going to cut his own head off with the guillotine. And he said to look at my head. And so after his head was severed, his assistant picked up his head. And then it started blinking up to 17 times before it stopped.
Damn.
So that nigga was looking at her.
Yeah.
So he was trying to communicate, let him know that he's still there.
Oh my
that's what I
fucking
mean,
god!
But I don't think you can feel like that, like the actual like them.
Well, after a little while, all the motor functions had stopped. That's why you don't see movement. It's the motor functions, but your nerve endings aren't dead yet.
Yeah.
They're still attached to your head, to your brain.
But I feel like that's your body though, right? Your soul is gone. You think so?
That's a toughie as well. There was this famous case of this lady who was pronounced dead, and she was frozen for like 12 hours. They de-thawed her, and then she came back to life. But she was clinically dead.
That. Yeah.
What the
So
fuck?
her whole soul didn't leave her body.
She was just out. What the fuck?
No, she was. Nothing worked. It's one of those strange mystery cases.
Because I say this because this nigga died like 20 times.
three times in total, but yeah.
So he got shot one time. He got stabbed. He got hit by a big rig. He got hit by a cop. Fuck that cop, by the way, because he didn't stop.
No, seriously, man. When I was younger, I was kind of home from school, back one of the back ways, shortcuts. We all have shortcuts, and I can hear police sirens. I was like, "Oh, cool!" I'm all excited. This is so dope. And then I can hear I can tell it's.
How old were you?
I was 9. And
you were 9?
9, bro.
Fuck that cop. Fuck that.
For real, bro. You should have sued them niggas and got paid.
So,
who was it? This was here in Mobile?
It was here in Mobile.
Oh, fuck these Mobile cops.
It was over here on Day Street in Edgemont, and there's an open field.
Yeah.
I was coming from the Edgemont school going home because I lived on Bay Street.
Yeah.
And there's a field right there on Brew.
Yeah.
So I'm cutting through it, and like I said, I can hear the sirens, and I can hear it's coming down Edgemont.
Did you see the car they were chasing?
Yeah. Well, that's what I started getting excited because then I can see down the street, and the cop, the car that he's chasing, he turns the corner. And I'm like, oh my god, it's happening in front of me. This is Cops Live, And then he turns into the field, and I'm like, oh my god, this is getting a little more real than I kind of care for. Terror takes over. It kind of froze up. Cars turning in front of me. Then all of a sudden, woo, cars. They're both drifting. The criminal or the assailant barely misses me.
It's like my brother.
My brother. He barely misses me. I'm enjoying this is amazing. Yeah, And I'm sitting here and I see the cop car coming. I'm thinking the same thing's gonna happen. This is gonna be a great show. And I noticed that it's getting a little wider. Oh man, this is gonna nail me. So he's going through the drift and just plows into me, knocks me 15 feet to the side. Damn. And then
you didn't
ribs broken right here on to the side, and then the cop just keeps chasing and never saw it again.
That's some cold shit because he probably was like, damn, I hit this.
He probably saw me, bro. He was like, he didn't know what to do. He was like, I'm already in the chase.
So what did you do after that?
I just got up, bro. I went home and then I started complaining about like
you
my side.
Breathe and shit?
And then my mom picked up my shirt, of course, and then it's just all bruised, all black. Bro.
You didn't tell your mom you got hit?
No, I didn't. I never did. Actually, I never have actually told her that.
Damn. Mom, did you see this shit?
Yeah, don't watch
Does your mom talk Spanish?
Yeah, like perfect Spanish.
But does she talk English too?
No, she doesn't speak any English.
Mira, que el fucking guardia lo fucking le pegó. You have to sue. Debe que hacerle un sue al fucking a la city de Morgan Valley porque este cabrón de verdad que está jodido.
That shit fucking suck, bro.
Bro, what the fuck?
Yeah. So that was a fun time.
You never told your mom.
Nah,
so
never,
what you tell your mom what happened?
Well, it's funny because not too long before that, I broke these ribs falling out of a tree.
For real, this
nigga's a cat. This nigga's a cat.
9+ lives.
and so I told her the same thing happened, just at a different location. And so she was like, it was believable because, like I said, it had just occurred 3 months before.
Are you the youngest or the
middle?
Okay.
But there's
so the second child, it's always the craziest.
Yeah, but we consider 4 of us because when I was 1 year old and my homie guy was 2 years old, he lived across the street. His mom and my mom are best friends, so even though he's a friend, he's basically the family.
Brother, yeah.
But
yeah.
You understand what I mean.
Mm-hmm. Damn, bro, I can't believe you never told your mom that.
Not one, bro.
Mom, the hit me. Sue them niggas.
For real, we getting paid.
For some reason, I thought I would be arrested. Like
Oh,
at the
okay.
time, you know what I mean?
understand.
I felt like I would get arrested if I said something.
I didn't know you were 9, bro. I
Yeah.
thought you were like at least in
No.
high school. And
No,
shit.
when I was in high school is when I got hit by the rearview mirror of another car. Remember I told you I was crossing the street and I broke the same ribs again.
Man, see, no wonder why you work for a morgue, bro. Like,
That's
you
what I'm
was meant to
saying.
work in that motherfucker.
and then hold on, it's not done yet.
No, there's so
This nigga got stabbed.
yeah, I got stabbed.
You got stabbed.
Was it like incidental or you
No,
was getting into
nowhere
an
near
altercation?
incidental. Nowhere near incidental. It was what was over here at Burnswick Bowl on Centermead before whatever it's named now.
Bowling alley, yeah.
Something else,
But it was,
bro.
you know, and so we go there playing pool, having some fun with the boys from school, you know, and then one of my buddies comes up to me and he's like, bro, he's like,
How old were you? Hold on.
14.
What the fuck, bro?
Damn. I would have been like, God, what are you trying to say? Like,
No, God said, nigga, we don't want you, nigga. Get the fuck out of here.
And so my buddy walks up to me and he tells me, he's like, hey, I think we might need to go. I was like, well, you're not telling me that in the tone of voice that I kind of care for.
Bro, we have to go.
You know, like, why didn't you just tell me, like, you know, like, I feel like the night's shit, you know, let's get out of here. No, you got, hey.
All right, hold on. Let's replay
You
this
know.
shit. I'm your boy. And I was like, hey, all right, we have to go.
Yeah, exactly. That's why I was like, hey, so what's going on? Like, what
Shit,
happened?
I don't know, nigga. We have to go.
Exactly. And he told me, he was like, dude.
Hey, bro, you can knock that shit down.
no, I'm good. I just need a little armrest.
Yeah.
What is
Sorry about the
No,
seats,
it's a
bro.
remote.
I'm sorry about the seats, bro. I need to get some cushions. There you go. Sorry about. We're gonna get some cushions pretty soon.
I know, yeah.
We need to get some cushions in this bitch.
Yeah.
But
yeah, he told me that we had to head out. And so I was like, all right. So we started walking out. And then for whatever reason, he decides like to pick a fight. So he hits one of the guys like in the shoulder.
okay, hold on. But back up. So he goes, okay, let's go. But he hasn't got into any problems. He just tells you, let's go.
Yeah.
Or he already got problems.
It's like one of those moments where like if your boy like walked up to you and then he was like, you know, like we gotta go, and like you felt that. Like, it was
No,
kinda
if
like,
Mark walks up
shit
to me and he
happened,
goes,
yeah.
"Hey nigga, we have to go," I said, "What happened?" And he's like, "Oh, we have to go." No, nigga, what happened? Who's pressing you?
He gonna
Nigga,
wanna
like,
know what the
and
issue is.
that, now I'm like, okay, now I'm with you. I'm about to press the issue with
Right,
you
right.
too. You feel me? If your boy didn't tell you that,
Nah, he didn't tell me anything.
That-
right, but I just
who-
felt like if
if he watches that, you're wrong for that.
No, your boy got
but
stabbed.
I
bruh.
felt the tension. I knew that like, I was like, okay, maybe we got to bounce. All right.
Yeah.
So we started leaving, and like I said, my boys in front of me. We're running 6 deep, you know. So it's 2 boys, 2 in the rear, and like I said, we can tell he was beefing with someone at another pool table. So as we got up to leave, they
Was
got
it
up,
Mexican on crime?
pretty much.
Okay.
And so they got up
Fuck,
the same
man.
time that we got
Latinos,
up.
Man, come on, we have to get together.
I know.
Bro, actually, you can't fight each other, nigga.
And I could tell my boy,
Fights, you can fight whatever you
he
guys
picked the
want.
fight, like, because he shoulder checked, like, the first person that walked by him instead of just walking by. And so, like, the people start walking, no one says nothing, and then, boom, like, I feel it right in my side. I was the first one hit.
So they stabbed this nigga for no
For
reason.
no reason. Nigga, I don't know what the fuck.
Like, hey, nigga, what the fuck? Why you stab me?
I have no idea what's going on. I'm just trying to, like, dip it. I was chilling with the boys. That's it. Nothing more. And then, like, boom, like I said, I was like, this really just happened. You know
How
what I
did
mean?
that feel? How does it feel? Because I never got.
No,
I mean,
stab.
no. I stabbed myself once in my arm. Like I fucking stabbed the knife in my hand. First, I don't know why. I was like fucking 10 years old or maybe younger.
Bro, I got
I
one right
stabbed
here too.
myself with the knife.
But I was trying to open up some frozen shit.
No,
like,
nigga, I was cutting some carrots. And I said, man, this shit is going easy.
How you gonna sound hard when you talk about cutting carrots?
You know what I'm saying? I said, no, but the knife, I'm telling bro.
I cut carrots.
No, hold on, bro. Listen to this.
They were big carrots?
I'm cutting carrots, and the knife is going like smooth, like just. And I'm like, and I looked at the knife, and I was like,
Well, they're carrots,
Boom.
fool.
no, but if you get a knife that don't work, it's hard. You're like fucking pressing the motherfucker down.
What kind of carrots do you buy that takes so much effort?
for real.
I don't know. I was young, nigga. No, nigga, what the fuck are you buying? Fucking baby carrots?
I can get a dull knife and cut a carrot. That's what I'm saying, dog.
nigga. You buying baby carrots, nigga?
You can break a carrot like that, dog.
It was like, hold on, let me slowly cut these carrots. real
No,
quick.
this nigga's boiling them first and then cutting them. So I'm cutting the motherfuckers, right?
Okay.
And I said, man, this knife is going like easy. So I looked at it and I said, fuck it.
Fuck it.
Boom.
Bruh.
And I looked at my grandma. My grandma was like, what? And I was like, and she's like, what the fuck? And then she just grabbed the knife and pulled that shit. I was like, ah! I still got the scar, bro. Like, look at that shit right there.
Like that.
I got the same one, bruh. But
Damn,
I was
see.
trying to fucking open some, I think like some fucking tacos or something that was frozen in the fridge.
You say
Tacos?
open some tacos?
Who eats tacos?
No, they were frozen, bro.
Nigga?
You make me feel like you make me feel like
Yeah.
you make me feel like the
But
tacos were in a can.
They were like
I know, right? Like tacos in a can.
They were like tacos that was like already pre-frozen. So I bought
like taquitos or tacos.
tacos, like kind of like Jack in the Box tacos, but they like
Those are so gross.
yeah,
I hate those.
basically.
I hate them.
What
You're
the fuck?
gross, dude.
And I accidentally stabbed
Nigga, you're
myself.
talking about eating bologna, nigga. You're gross.
No, you talk about eating the pork mixed chicken bologna. I'm talking about beef bologna. That shit's
Yeah,
fucking
beef
bomb,
bologna,
bro.
porky?
Beef
Porky?
bologna, dog.
What the fuck, porky?
Beef
Bologna is
bologna.
made out of all types
No,
of
this
meat.
And I just said that right now. He's talking about the pork chicken mixed one. I'm talking about the all beef bologna,
Have you
dog.
had that before?
Yeah.
It's
Is it
fucking
good? Is it
way
the same
better,
thing?
dog. It is no, it is not
Nah,
the
it
same
tastes
thing.
different.
It is way better.
Yeah, it tastes
Because you know why? Because you don't know. You know why you don't know?
I
Because
don't.
you don't know.
Because I don't
That's
like fucking bologna.
Because you
don't
don't
like
know.
bologna?
That's why
I don't, bro.
Because he don't know. That's
My
why.
nigga, fried bologna sandwich.
Did I tell you? I
Come on,
fucking
bro.
told
That's
you
the
that
hood-
shit, dog.
That's the hood classic.
I
right there.
told him. I was like, dude, fry the bologna. He was like, you fried the bologna? I was like, bro,
I
you
don't like bologna.
You look dumb
Oh
right now.
my god, bruh.
I
Come on,
never
man.
liked
Right,
bologna.
right.
I had like the regular, like the ones that they used to get.
I feel
from
like
high
I'm
school.
jiving with him a lot more than we do right now.
Shut the fuck up.
Telling you, bro, like,
You're fired. I'm gonna tell Beto when I see you. You're fired.
I'll stick her on you, dog. I'll stick her on you.
Hey, she smoked. That's a boyfriend.
You gotta be careful, there, boss man. You gotta be
I know.
careful. She might watch this.
nah, like speaking of stabbing, like
Oh
I
yeah,
know
yeah. We were
you've
talking
seen-
about that. I
I know
forgot.
you've
Somewhere
seen
else.
like some cases where it was just like people
No,
got
but
brutally stabbed.
but you
like-
have to listen to this nigga's story before we keep going.
all right.
Okay.
So he got
I want to know.
stabbed.
About
I guess
that shit,
stabbed.
though.
So he got stabbed, right?
Okay, this is nothing. Okay, look at
This
so-
nigga got stabbed, right? And then he said, okay, so you got stabbed. You
Okay.
said, oh my God. How did I feel? Like,
Okay, so getting stabbed actually hurt a lot less than when I got shot.
he got shot.
Yeah.
But hold on. We
Okay,
get
so
to that.
this
We'll
this
get that.
we'll get there. We'll get there. Okay,
Okay,
so
I'm about to
so
say.
you know how Brunswick Bowl and down the street there's AutoZone.
Yeah.
So we all rolled in different cars, and you know obviously everyone was tripping. I got stabbed. People were like blah blah blah. I didn't feel anything. Like I felt no pain like whatsoever.
had a-
It was in me. The guy didn't take it out. He stabbed me and he left the blade in.
What a fucking idiot.
But that's-
Look, stupid fucks. If you're going to stab somebody, take it out. Don't just leave it
You
there.
gotta be a
Yeah,
fucking-
because if you take it out, that's what kills you.
Exactly. So, dumbasses.
you can bleed out. Like
That's what I mean. Leaving the blade in
but
saved
don't
me.
stab nobody, though. Don't stab nobody.
Oh yeah, and if you do, make sure you say that he encouraged it.
No. We didn't say that.
We didn't say that.
you said that.
You
man.
said that.
Okay, you got stabbed. And you're running
Okay,
to
all right,
AutoZone.
like I said, so I had my own ride, and we all split up, and I because they were freaking out, and I was like, no, I was like, I'll go to the ER. I was like, for some reason, I'm like, it doesn't hurt, so I drove to AutoZone. I bought some duct tape and taped it up. Right,
You quick fix.
a quick fix, real quick.
Duct tape fixes
Duct tape.
everything.
And I drove to the ER, and I sat in there, and they like,
Hold on. what the fuck up? This nigga walked out of somewhere with a knife in him. And
did.
nobody said anything.
I really did walk into AutoZone with the knife in me still. Like I really
And
did do
nobody
that.
said anything to you.
No. Because well, obviously you can see the glaring eyes, and I was literally like, no, duct tape, but not one word was said. No one asked me anything.
These niggas don't give a fuck.
They was in shock, bro. Like we ain't never seen nobody walk in with a fucking knife in them, bro. We want to know if you want to buy some tires. Like you want to buy a battery. You got a knife stuck in
But
you, bro.
yeah, dude,
You need some oil, nigga?
I like literally just taped my. And what's fucking hilarious is I did it in the parking lot. Actually, to be honest, because I was telling myself I gotta hurry up, open this up.
What made you buy duct tape?
Oh, I always realized that duct tape is great for holding things together, but it's because I was fully aware of super glue. And like I have a big ass scar that used to run about like 9 inches on the side. I did it with a saw when I was younger, and it cut through like a few inches, like a lost section. Jesus. So I went into the house.
20 lives, nigga.
I went to the house because I had super glue, and that's what originally it was made for during World War II. It's meant
Super glue?
Yeah, super glue was meant for that.
Yeah.
No way.
Yeah. And so
Wow,
I
what the
just
fuck?
You need to listen in history class.
yeah, dude.
'cause
And that's exactly.
I made sure I listened to that one.
Nigga.
So the first thing I
You
did.
had class with me. Hold on.
I was
You
listening.
had class with me, nigga. I was
was
throwing
listening.
Nigga, I was throwing decks at teachers.
I was like, super glue. How does that work? And they're like,
that's why it's like
a
the
quick
way it is, and it's meant for on the field like surgery. And so I ran inside, had super glue. I fucking poured it in, closed it up. Well, because of that experience, I was like, you know what? I don't have super glue right now, but duct tape might work as long as I can hold the wound together and get to the ER.
Yeah.
And got to the ER. I filled out the form all calmly. I was,
I'm near death, but it's all right. I got time to fill out paperwork.
I got a fucking whole knife inside of me, and the guys next to him looking at him like,
yeah, it was funny. Like I said, I filled out the forms. The nurse was all like, "Are you having any like troubles breathing or anything?" And I was like, "No, I'm actually chill, to be honest. Take your time." Got a fucking knife right here in my side, right?
How big was the knife?
It wasn't anything crazy. It was like a little 6-inch blade.
Okay.
But the whole blade went in.
I'm thinking like it's a big ass like
not
machete.
Like it's coming out
That's what
here,
I'm
dog.
thinking.
Like, really?
I was already thinking like a little pocket knife.
No,
for
nigga, I'm thinking like a big ass machete. Like this nigga's walking on AutoZone and he's like, "Can I get some duct tape?"
Hell no, nigga, I would have been laying on the floor and filled the machete. Like, nah.
Yeah, no coming back from that. But
no blood or anything.
not too much, to be honest. I'm guessing just the inflammation, the swelling,
Okay.
and not taking the blade out. That was the most important thing, was not ripping it out, just leaving it as is, because it caused everything to swell and grip the blade, and just there was really no blood, like almost at all. It was kind of interesting, to be honest.
Yeah.
I felt like my own Discovery Channel, you know.
Nigga, you a whole Discovery Channel. Nigga, what the fuck?
For real.
But yeah, got in there. They treated me, and what was it? They were like, okay, we're gonna take the blade out, and I was asked them. I was like, can I do it? And they were like, what do you like? No, we're gonna like take it out. I was like, no, seriously. I was like, I can feel where it is. Like, would you mind if you guys are here? Can I do it? And for whatever reason, the doctor was like, well, sure, we're all here. I kind of said it for shits and giggles because I didn't think he would let me, but then he was like, go ahead. Like, he called my bluff almost, you know?
Yeah.
Like, I felt like if we were a doctor and someone was bullshitting you and said that, then
go ahead.
Do it. Like, that's
you want to take your own?
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, you want to do surgery? Go ahead.
Yeah, so I'm sitting there trying to act all hard, right? And then he literally was like, okay, go ahead. I was like, oh, shit.
Like, fuck, I don't know where to start.
I was down. You know, just like you call me, I was like, fuck it, I'm done. So I was like, grabbed it, and I was, and just bam, I yanked that shit out, dog. That shit was dope.
Did it hurt?
It fucking hurt. It hurt way worse the moment I took it out. Like, I'm guessing that's the pain everyone talks about. But when it was in the first stab, nothing, pretty much. Like, really nothing.
Did it hit any organs or anything?
Nah, I got lucky. Oh, well, it would had, but I don't have this lung. So.
So when the fuck did they take your lung out?
Surgery for
you
cancer.
Don't have a lung,
yeah,
bro. You don't have a lung.
My right lung is gone. There's 3 lymph nodes. There's the top section, you know, the middle, and then the large part that you think the bottom 2 are gone. Wow. I only have about like 15% of like the top portion.
This nigga don't even have a heart.
You didn't donate it or anything. Right?
No, the reason why I can't is because it's actually radioactive.
Damn.
Yeah. But by the way, he had cancer.
Yeah.
Oh shit, man! God really is on your side.
That's what I was. God was like, nigga, get your ass down, nigga. I don't need you up here. And then the devil goes, nah, nigga, fuck that. God says, no, I don't want you.
Just keep him on earth for a
little longer. We got a couple stories to tell you.
Like when he dies, this nigga's gonna step off a fucking curve and.
Oh my god, that's my biggest fear. I've had like a lot of interesting and cool stories, you know, to be able to tell, and I would hate to go out in such a dumb way.
So what happened to Eric? Oh, that nigga stepped off a curve and
yeah, you know what I mean. Like I sprained my ankle falling down and I hit my head and died of an aneurysm.
Rock,
you know what I mean? Like, oh my god. Riding a bike and I hit a branch. You know? God, I would hate that, dog.
Okay, so you took that shit out and like. They sold you.
They had this like crazy ass gauze that was it instantly like cauterizes. Oh, and like they just this was like the most awful thing because they gloved up and they basically wrapped their finger and they were like, you ready? And then shoved their whole finger into the wound, pulled it out, and it felt like fire. Oh my god!
They didn't give you no nothing.
No, it's
not really, to be honest. I mean, if they did, I didn't realize I had some. I still felt everything, so maybe they gave me some, but the pain was
nigga. Because when I broke this finger, and they were going, they injected me something like right here because they had to sew me up, and I didn't feel nothing, but
well, a lot of times when it comes to that nowadays, they have like this little. It's like when you go to the dentist, they But I think it's lidocaine. That's what causes it to go numb. They pre-do the surface. It soaks it to the skin. They wait usually like 30 seconds to 2 minutes, and then they hit the injection, and you won't feel anything.
Oh, okay.
And so, to my knowledge, I think they do something like that. But yeah, dude,
that nigga, they said that.
Damn, dude, they fucking like
they finger that nigga.
For real, I'm about to call rape on this shit, dog.
You should have
You're in me.
You're fucking fingering me. It hurts. It hurts.
It was, but didn't it just burn?
Was it bleeding?
No, like I said, it was to cause it to cauterize. I don't know what was on the gauze, but it just felt like they put hawk holes in. Is what it felt like. They just shoved in hawk holes, and it just, I guess that's what it did. It just burnt it all in the inside, and it just when you cauterize something, it doesn't bleed anymore. So
yeah, but they sewed you up or what?
Yeah, just 4 little stitches, nothing too crazy.
Okay.
My big scar that I have from the actual surgery is like 148.
Woo.
Something like that.
From getting your lung?
How long does it take you to recover from that? That type of surgery when they taking your lung, because I know you probably.
I think that one was like close to 2 years.
What the fuck?
Yeah. Close to 2 years.
Did you feel the difference? Like
I still feel the difference now.
Well, I know that because this is gonna say, "Oh, I don't feel good." I was like, "Man, shut the fuck up." And then I think about it, I was like, "Oh, this thing only got one line." Sit your ass down. Take a break. Take a break.
But yeah, like instantly you can tell, and it's like yeah, like your blood can't oxygenate fast enough with one lung. You can work out your lung by using those breathing exercises and things like that, but you can't ever match obviously 2 lungs.
So it's like you and my mom are the same. My mom doesn't have a fucking like half her liver, and she doesn't have all the bullshit. I said, "Mom, what the fuck do you have inside of you?" Like,
well, you know what's crazy? I actually saw this really interesting meme that my wife showed me that actually is a really good indicator of what it's like. And we don't lose strength. We're just as strong as anyone else. But just imagine that you see like a game stamina bar. And your strength is always the same, doesn't change, but your activity costs more of that stamina bar.
Okay.
So instead of even picking up the can, let's say for you that takes 10%. But I pick it up, there's no difference in strength, but it takes 20% instead.
Oh, okay.
And so, once I hit 0, then I'm like, and I can't breathe. My body can't recuperate. It takes a little while. Exactly.
Okay.
It's the same thing for anyone disabled. They're not actually weaker. It's just think of it as that. It just takes more of that stamina bar. You know what I mean? Just think of it that way.
That's crazy, bro. But so this is the reason why I wanted this motherfucker in here, bro. Because this nigga got shot
at the same place. I got stabbed
at the same place.
The same place I got stabbed.
The most interesting man in the world, bro.
Exactly. What did you say? So when we were talking, right? I'm talking about his doing mortuary, and I was like, nigga, like I can't even look at a dead animal because I get all sick and I get all sad. And he was like, yeah, and I died 3 times. I was like,
yeah, I died at flatline 3 times. It was 45 seconds, minute 19, and then a minute 39.
Right, do you have I would say like a premonition,
actually something
something flashed before your eyes before you.
Yeah, actually something did happen, and it's the only thing that's ever happened, paranormal, spiritual, anything.
But this nigga don't believe in ghosts,
and which is crazy for what I'm about to tell you.
This nigga died like 7 times.
Exactly. And what sucks is because with the morticianing, I've been to horrific scenes. I've been to some of the oldest mortuaries. I've been to places where, what you think a bad way is to die, I can pretty much help you find new heights.
Nah, nigga, this is
you feel me?
Be our next
and so I'll go and with an open mind because of this experience that I had, and never.
So when you got diagnosed with cancer, how old were you?
I was 12.
Oh, okay, nigga. Why I keep thinking you were old, nigga?
Well, I was 12 diagnosed. I was in and out of the hospital until 14, surgery, and then at 16 I was in and out of radiation, chemo, and then I got accepted into a focused radiation program at the age of 18. And so it was many years, but it began when I was 12 years old.
Okay.
But it went all the way up until about the age of 18.
God don't want you up there, nigga. God said you got a much bigger purpose, you got. Yeah, that's what I'm about to say. I said you got a bigger purpose in life, nigga. Something.
But like I said, out of the 3 times that I died, there was only one memory that I remember, obviously. But I was in the table, and I'm standing. I don't see no one. I don't see bodies. I don't see myself. But I'm standing in the room. I don't see my legs. I can feel my legs. I can tell that they're there. I can tell that I'm stepping, but I don't see steps. what's happening is that like where I want to be in the room, I just ended up there. So if I like looked at the corner and I wanted to be in the corner, then I was just in the corner.
Yeah.
And so, you know, I was looking around the room. Like I said, don't see no white. I felt like I was wearing football, like protective gear, like on my shoulders, like it's just a heavy weight. Like I felt like if my own weight was on my shoulders. Like I guess that's the best way. Like my own weight equal to like on my shoulders. So I saw the door. You know, I was like, this is a little interesting. At the door, and I was okay. Fuck, I got here. Okay, anyways, I want to be on the other side of the door, so I try to like reach for it, but then I'm on the other side of the door. Like, what's weird too, I'm on the other side of the door. I have memory.
But do you see yourself like on the table?
No. I don't see.
So it was
anything.
just an empty room.
Just the room that I was in, but just empty. And what was like I said, what was strange is that I wanted to be on the other side of the door, right? I ended up on the other side of the door. I don't have memory of the action, like physically doing it, but I have memory of walking through the door.
Oh, see, that's what I was trying to explain to you. Like at first, like, do you have that?
And I wonder if that's like what a ghost walks through the door, if that's what they feel like,
exactly.
You know. So, but then I'm in the hallway, and then I look behind me, and I don't see the end of the hallway. Like the hallway ends like behind me. I don't see like the main office or anything. I was just the immediate hallway that I'm in. There's a door at the end, you know. I see the door. Then I'm at the door, you know. And then I was like, okay, well, I want to go on the other side. I'm on the other side. And then all of a sudden I see someone. There's a nurse. I don't know why I get to see her, but she's in there. She's crying, and there's another nurse. Vivid, super clear, like not ghost, hazy. Like I'm looking through like like right now the way we're sitting.
Yeah.
So one nurse is crying, the other nurse is consoling her, and her dog had died, right? And that was it. Boom, memory's over. That's right. I wake up. It's been like 2 months. I was put into a chemically induced coma, and then I woke up. I have like this shit down my throat, tubes everywhere. I can't move. And
how old were you at this time?
16 and like a half, almost 17, right around there. And then I see the nurse. Like, what are the odds at the time that I would wake up that she was walking by? I see the nurse, and I'm trying to do what I can, looking like I'm having a seizure and shit, So she comes in, and then I try to try to signal like little hand gestures, wordplay. You see how I talk with my hands. Yeah. But finally, she realized I want a pen, and then she gets me a piece of paper, and I tell her, "Sorry about your dog." Damn. And I just had to know. And she turns white, like just dead white. She turns around and leaves, and I didn't see her. I asked the nurse what happened. She said that she had recommended to be transferred somewhere else to a different patient. She didn't want to take care of me anymore.
You spooked her out, right?
Yeah, nigga.
See what I mean? Like when you die, I feel like your consciousness is still alive. Like your body, your consciousness just floats somewhere, and then you see everything going on above.
We're gonna take a little break before the cameras cut off. That's crazy though, but like. I have I have a feeling that like when you die, bro, you still stick around for a little bit. You feel me? You still stick around, and you're like, oh, you still like trying to communicate. You don't know what the fuck is going on. You get a little confused. Until you, I feel like until you meet that person, like, hey, you're dead.
Yeah.
You know? Sorry, that's my daughter.
What were you saying?
Sorry, my wife is making my daughter.
Oh,
cry.
I thought that crying was you, sir.
No, but I feel like after you die, you got a bigger. Like, I mean, you're confused. Like, what the fuck is going on? Like, I'm trying to like, I don't know if you ever seen that fucking movie, fucking Bones or something like that, or
movie or show?
It's a movie. It's like when that girl gets raped, the little girl gets raped, and then they they killed her. Like the raper killed her, and she's trying to find out like if she's dead or not. And like lovely bones. Yeah,
never
I seen
heard
that
of
shit. Yeah, I seen that shit in high school, and then she was like trying to like tell the parents like, hey, this guy killed me, but he does. Until she gets to like this point. And there's another spirit there, and she goes like, "Hey, you're dead."
I seen a movie that kind of reminds me of this time. Is that the movie Flatliners?
Oh, Flatliners, that's pretty good.
Those I guess they're in college and they trying to experiment on what life is after death. and they all flatline.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It's a new one, right?
Probably
Like
4 or 5 years ago.
Oh
Maybe?
no, never mind.
Yeah, they all flatline and see what their lives is after death, and they all just they
get hooked on it, don't they?
Yeah.
Like they keep going and pushing
keep
it.
doing it.
Never seen it, but
That
yeah.
shit's crazy.
But
That's a good movie too.
man, like it's crazy. This nigga, like, it's his lifestyle, right? That's what this nigga's a fucking a mortician.
Mm-hmm.
I do want to ask you, like, I mean, I'm pretty sure you have like stories. Damn. Sorry about my kid. I'm sorry. I don't know what's going on outside, but
Fathering.
I know.
Yeah.
Like, I'm always trying.
I have no idea what's going on with my kid.
But what it's like the words, like, I mean, I know that I actually did this before, and I'm like have you ever like when you go into a case, right, and then like you're like, oh fuck, like you feel some type of way, like you feel like, I feel, because me personally, bro, like if I did this shit, like I'm like I told you, like I can't even look at a dead animal because then I get all fucking weird out, like I'm like, oh, this nigga's gonna come back and hunt me and shit. But to a case that actually,
That's an interesting thing too. Do you think a spirit would haunt where they died or their corpse or where they put the rest?
I think
Because you get, people always say like,
Yeah.
oh, they see the ghost at the cemetery, but that's not where they died.
no, I
That's
feel
where they
like
put the rest.
they will hunt where they like basically live at, or like their home, because that's what, like, they're, I don't know, but I feel like your memories still, you go there, right? So if I die, say I've died in LA or somewhere, right, I will hunt this place because this is where I live at. This is my memory. Like,
It's an interesting thing because there's been I'm always a fan of theories. Like, it's not so much as my personal opinion, but I like talking about like what theories are, what may have either substance or studies behind it, or things of the sort.
yeah,
And they notice that a lot of hauntings and ghost sightings and things like that there's always like these overlay of like magnetic fields from the earth. And one of the theories is that when you die, it's always strong, you're whatever that energy in your body, because obviously energy can't be destroyed, it's transferred.
Yeah.
And in your body there is energy, and we still can't prove exactly where that energy goes when you die. So the essence, what we theorized, maybe your soul. Get what I'm saying?
True.
yeah.
And so they think that where a lot of ghosts or a lot of paranormal activity,
You guys go ahead, keep talking.
Okay.
Yeah, you guys go ahead, keep talking, because I have to check on this.
No, go ahead, bro.
handle it, pop a business, don't worry, it's all good.
Real, that's
We'll make fun of you when you're gone.
No, like you said, like when a certain type of energy that you get.
Well, like I said, it's the energy that we already have. That's just what our brain is sending to our body. Pulses. When you make your open, hold your hand. That's your muscles are contracting because the energy impulses for your brain are telling your muscles to do that. And so that energy in itself, I forgot what the wattage is. There's like a certain amount of wattage that's actually in the body. But when you pass, it goes somewhere. We can't actually prove exactly where it dissipates to, because, like I said, you can't destroy it. So it can't just like evaporate. It has to go somewhere.
Exactly.
And a lot of times where there's what was that war, that big war, the Confederates and all this and that, where 40,000 soldiers died. It's one of the most haunted places in the world.
They made a movie about that.
Well, like I said, they say that there's these overlaying electric fields and magnetic fields on the earth, and a lot of these sightings and hauntings occur there. And they think that when we die, our electrical, whatever it is, our soul, I don't know what it is, but it leaves like an imprint. Like the earth almost records where it is you pass.
Right.
And it's just like an echo of yourself. You're going through, that's why a lot of ghosts are seen doing the same thing over and over and over and over and over and over and over again. The same walking here, or doing this or moving that, but it's always the same motions over and over again. But it's not like they're, the poltergeist is what they consider more of an entity that's conscious.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? And there are a lot of studies are showing that it might just actually be a better recording of the person.
Right. Okay. So
you feel me?
yeah, like you're like when you die, your energy stays where
an imprint of what you were, like I said, an echo, and it's only captured because this is still stuff that we're not 100% sure what it is.
Right.
You know, we're barely touching really what it is, and it's funny because they keep saying that like the old like witchy stuff and things like that. They think it's a type of science that we just lost. That it still had substance with like what's going on now, and we're kind of starting to like discover little things like that. And one of the things back in the day is that they believed that ghosts were more prevalent in like these certain areas, and we found that these areas had more magnetic fields. And so the theory is that it's more of a recording of the person, but not so much as that person themselves haunting the area.
Oh, okay. See, it's like your spirit stays where that energy is, you know what I mean?
And if you happen to be lucky where, you know, there's stronger energy, then
your
essence, there's more of you, you know? And they think that, you know, a better imprint gives that more consciousness, I guess you get what I'm saying. But it's not actually like a ghost. It's just an aspect of science that we just don't understand fully yet. Something along those lines. Like I said, it's just theories. They're just entertaining. I like them a lot.
So like what I was going to is like, what was like your worst case that you like, okay, this is like fuck, like if it fucked you up for a couple of days.
Oh, okay. Oddly enough, the stories behind the cases fucked me up more than the case themselves. I have a case where it was a found case, the one I told you about, and the person basically turned into human tar. And that didn't mess with me. I'll tell you all about it. But it didn't mess with me. But there was this case out in Rancho. And it was a 7-year-old boy. Picked up kids before, not that big a deal. Once you get past the first one, if you can handle it, you're good. It'll never bother you again, like ever. But I was picking up this case, 7-year-old. I had to take off like his necklace, this and that. And then I was asking the guard because he couldn't be in the room. And I was like, well, do you know what happened? I was just curious. The case file doesn't actually say like cause of death. Normally it tells you like a little synopsis, you know, of what happened. And he was like, yeah. He's like, what happened was that he was playing ball with his dad in the backyard, barbecue, families there, everyone's having a good time. But apparently they didn't know that the kid had a heart murmur, a tear in his heart. And from the excitement from catching ball, everyone's there, everyone's having fun. He's catching, you know, ball after ball. And I know he's just having a good old time. And then dad tells him, you know, like, hey, you know, go to the very end. He throws a fastball, and the kid catches it and then drops dead. From the excitement, his heart just tore right open. He was dead like in 3 seconds.
Fuck.
Yeah.
And he just fell right there in the spot. And that was like the only, I can't even imagine like, you know, having fun with your kid and then just watching him. Like that was the one that kind of messed me up. That was probably one of the only ones that
and at the time, did you have your kid already?
Yeah, I was close around with my child, so obviously it hit me.
So like when the whole shooting with the in Texas, with that mass shooting in Texas,
elementary school,
which week, which time,
bro?
Crazy,
like I was driving home. I got off of work. I was driving home, and there like the whole radio station, like everywhere that we're talking about it, right? Bro, like I almost like I teared up because you know my wife is a teacher, and then I have a kid, so I'm like, fuck. And then I had to shoot a podcast that day, and I did not want to because I was all fucked up. Like that, like what if that will happen to me, right?
Yeah.
Like I lose both of them. Like I lose my kid and my wife. Like that's it. And it hit me hard. I was like, so when I see my wife, I hugged her and I kissed her, and I see my kid and I fucking grabbed him, and I'm like, and that fucked me up so bad. Like that whole like week, I was like not. Like, I didn't want to go to work, bro. I didn't want to leave my kid. I didn't want to leave my wife. I was like, I told Lydia, I was like, hey, can you stay home? And she's like, why? And I was like, I don't know. Like, I want you to be here.
It gives you that certain type of anxiety.
Me up, bro. It fucked me up in my head. And then my mom, too. My mom called me up and she was like, hey, like, I haven't been able to sleep because the whole situation in Texas. Like, I was thinking about Lydia and I was thinking about Audrey. And I was like, bro, like, I told my mom, I was like, Mom, like I've been like this the whole fucking week, and she was like, yeah. I was like, cause I literally heard that shit, and when I was hearing that shit on the news, I see a cop car just zoom, and I'm like, oh fuck, and I'm coming down the street on Connerwood, and she works at Butterfield,
right?
So I'm like, oh fuck, I'm like, so I'm like I just text her, I'm like I love you, like you know what I'm saying, like shit like that, and when I see her, I give her a hug, and I see my kid, I give her a hug. I was like, man, like. That shit really fucked me up.
I know it's tough. Probably like kind of exaggerating about like having metal detectors in school, but that shit kind of seemed like it's necessary at this point. You know,
they're in Texas. They're starting kids backpacks that are required to be see-through.
Yeah.
Dang.
I mean, it is what it is, but you gotta make sure your kid is going to school to learn, not to fucking
fear
die.
To
get fear to get shot. Like,
but that doesn't make like if they're gonna go out of their way to make the backpack see through, it's like why don't you just make the lockers as well, or like the front door of it like plastic or something. You know, if you're gonna go that far to make sure you can see where they're concealing stuff, you might as well push it a little extra.
Yeah, I just fuck, man. That really fucked me up, and then so like with you, like it's like I wouldn't be able to do this job. I definitely wouldn't, bro. Because like if I see a little kid, I'm like crying. I'm over there with the family. You know?
Yeah. Like I said, that was a 7-year-old. I've picked up twins. I've picked up cases where the kids, like the whole family, had like we're going like off-roading. We're like in a Jeep. There was a case a few years back that I picked up here in town, and they were in a Jeep. It was the father. He was taking us 3 kids. Jeep collapsed over and killed them all. And so basically I'm showing up and picking up 1 and 3 kids, the entire family. And then like you have to deal with the mother, she's just showing them. Usually they show up after the case is cleared and stuff like that, and it's pretty awful.
What is that, like the worst case? Are you like, fuck, I hate this, like I hate, like
I would think like it's a fucking stabbing, because to stab,
because you were gonna say something about stabbing.
Like stabbing, that shit is brutal, bro. It's something it's one thing to shoot somebody because you can shoot them and then leave the fucking crime scene, but to stab somebody and see them actually go through the pain that you fucking stabbing them constantly, like that you gotta be a sick motherfucker to actually be like, oh, I'm gonna just stab you and keep feeling you. Like,
because what's crazy is that the human body fights to live. Like it fights to live. A lot of people think like you get shot, boom, you're instantly dead. But no, it's never really actually one bullet. Like they've been riddled with bullets. And they don't go down until they get hit like 12 times sometimes. Stabbings, people have survived up to 60, 80 stabbings before finally dying. And if it's like less than that, they just happen to get lucky to nick an artery. But it's like, it's not quick, it's not fast. The body fights to live. You will not go down like right away.
Oh, that. But what's one like you was like, fuck this job, I don't want to do this shit no more.
That's a
like your worst case, like you're like,
well, because everyone considers like the worst in different degrees. Like dealing with fat people, nothing against fat people, but almost any case. No, America's fat, dude. America's absolutely obese. It went from like, I've been doing this for 9 years, okay, and at the beginning of everything, we got maybe like a 400-pound case like once a month. We would get like something over like 600 like maybe like once a year, and then we would get something that would break 1,000 pound like once ever so often. Like my biggest case was 1,248.
How do you even like dissect something shit like that? God damn.
Remember, so like what's funny, because like I said, he was my biggest case, but he was my easiest case.
1,200 pounds.
1,248 pounds.
You have to be a fucking.
Yes, you like eating yourself to death.
Eating yourself to death, bro. To death. And like I said, this was like the easiest case. We showed up in a van, and they came out with the forklift, and he was on a pallet.
On a pallet?
He was on a pallet.
What the fuck?
They give you
90 pounds.
1,200 pounds. So the crazy thing about that case was that the family wanted to burn him, cremate him.
Is there a big big enough?
No, there
what
isn't.
What the fuck you have to do? Cut him off.
The biggest. You're not too far off, brother man, because the biggest location is in LA. They have 2 incinerators that can do up to 800 pounds. So he's 1,200. So what we had to do is basically what you said. We had to cut his arms and legs off and throw his torso into another one, and then lit them both.
Damn.
His arms and legs altogether weighed about 700 pounds.
Nigga, come on, man.
Just the arms and legs. It took like, I'd say like, I would say like 45 minutes for each limb to cut through. Right on there.
But thinking about getting a casket for him.
Oh, we burned them.
Yeah, like, how the fuck you gonna get a casket?
No.
bro?
Okay. A few months later, like I said, they've become more regular. You know, a few months later, we had a 1,000-pound case again, and this time the family wanted to bury. And exactly what you're talking about.
The case is this big,
bro. His casket is probably bigger than your room. Like we had to
Imagine that shit, bro.
nigga. If I was the fucking guy that owned the fucking the cemetery,
yeah.
I said, nigga, you buying a whole fucking like an acre of land, nigga.
We gotta make a big ass plot for you, bro.
Nigga, you come on. I had to buy the next fucking mountain for you.
Yes.
That was actually the one thing I didn't get to see. We all wanted to see where we were supposed to be buried. It was Draper Mortuary out in Rancho, just a little further past. But I didn't get to see him buried. God, did I how did they move him? The rolling things that we normally use to lower it down, that's not gonna work.
Hell no.
They're not designed for that. You gotta crane them down.
Damn, yes.
But when you so you get that 1,200 pounds, right, and then you're gonna take the fucking, you take the organs and you take everything, right?
Not viable. It's completely saturated in fat. None of it's good.
No, but do you leave it inside?
No, well, we embalm them. We remove all the organs. We put them in these red bags, and then we put them back into the carcass.
Yeah.
As long as it's not a full fledged viewing, but normally even with the viewing, that's what we do.
Oh, so organs go inside there too?
Well, yeah, we have them in, like I said, like this bag. Then we put it back into the carcass.
What? I thought they would take that shit out to
no. If it's not viable or anything. Well,
I'm saying, I mean, you don't need it, but you can
why
burn
would
it,
why would we burn it? You're gonna bury you. You're not gonna know.
Yeah.
But it's like, no offense, but in all honesty, you're not gonna
And that embalming fluid just to keep you preserved until.
Actually, it's just to keep your shape for viewing. It leathers your insides so you kind of hold form. That's pretty much all it's for.
How do you know this shit?
Well, bro, I got many a dead people in my family, man. I learned a lot after the years, man. You know,
barely know how to drink correctly.
Shit, just asking. You know, when I was little, just like, how do you keep the body preserved to make them look like what they look like?
And like I said, the embalm, it just turns everything leather. And it's different to touch the dead body as well, because when you're alive, like I was talking about earlier, you have natural electric impulses, but when you touch a person that's actually dead, it almost it absorbs. It feels like you're touching someone dead. It's like it almost creates like a numbing sensation because the dead corpse absorbs your natural energy, because you can actually record. I forgot what it's called. There's a weird thing, and you can see the actual energy around a person that you actually naturally give off. It's not much, a
little bit.
It's just a tiny bit. But if you were to touch a dead body, you can see it going into the body. The dead body, it just absorbs it, and it feels it's a strange numb sensation on your fingertips.
Yeah,
fuck,
it's kind of spooky.
Yeah.
Hey, have you ever had a nightmare where it's just I
haven't had a nightmare since I was 7.
No.
Oh,
this nigga died and was like, nah, I'm not having no more nightmares. I don't believe in ghosts, and fuck everybody that's alive.
I had so many nightmares. It was just fuck, I can't do this.
I don't know what it is or what happened. Like I said, the last time I had it was when I was in 7, but after surgery, I was part of a sleep study because of what happened. What's really strange is that my dreams are hyper real. I remember my entire dream when I wake up. I forgot the scientific study was the moment you wake up, 3 seconds after you wake up, you forget 97% of your dream.
Yeah, I don't remember something like that. I'm like, oh shit, lady, I was fucking you, and I don't know how we got there.
You remember the highlights, you know what I'm saying? But you don't remember the in between. And when I go to, ever since the surgery, ever since the death scene, all that stuff, I'll in my dreams a week will go by and I'll remember every day.
So your dreams are real vivid.
I don't even remember what I dreamed last night.
Hyper vivid.
Do you remember what you dreamed last night?
Shit, I haven't had a dream about
what the fuck?
6 months.
But at the same time, if it begins to turn into even a bad dream or a nightmare, it's just strange. I can control the dream. If I need something, it's there.
Yeah.
If I can tell it's gonna be
But do you know that you're in a dream?
Yeah. Completely no.
Do you know that you're in a dream?
I know that I'm in a dream. It's like when you running away from something and you feel it on your ass, but
Actually,
you just still running.
really close to
and
that,
it's just
actually.
like, damn, can I run any faster? But you feel like you moving in quicksand. Like, but you know, it's not gonna
that
catch
happened
you.
to me, but I don't remember. Like, I don't think I'm in a dream until I wake up. I'm like, oh shit, thank God I'm almost in a dream.
No, I immediately, like, when I go, like, when I'm asleep, it's odd. Like, I know I entered the dream. That's why I was part of this, like, crazy sleep study for a while. And they made me take all these, like, crazy, like notes. And where the dream left off, if I woke up, you know, go to the bathroom and go back to sleep, I will go back where the dream left off.
Man, I be trying to
I
do
did
that
that
shit
before.
all the time, though.
I was about to say it happened to me when I had a wet dream, but we not gonna get into that.
No, let's get into it.
I woke up, went to the bathroom, had the dream right back again. I was like, hell yeah.
Good to go again.
Because I was dreaming, I'm like doing my wife, right? We went to this fucking like nice ass, like, I don't know, I think I want to say like in this fucking paradise, and I'm like nailing her like in this mountain fucking. I'm like, fuck. Nigga, I'm like fucking going at it, and then like her alarm rings, and I'm like, fuck. I'm like, I wake up and I'm like, fuck, but I'm like. Like, this was amazing, man. I'm touching my dick and shit. Like, damn, I'm hard as shit too. Like, right? So I'm like, I'm trying to go back to sleep to get to.
Fucking wake your wife up.
Nigga, she was gone.
Babe, we gotta remake this dream.
Here we go.
So then I try to go back to sleep, and I'm thinking about it. I'm like, okay, Dad. And I started fucking dreaming about fucking cars and shit. I'm like, what the fuck? I don't want to dream about this shit.
Sounds normal for you.
I'm fucking the car and shit. Shit, bro.
What is it, fat bitches?
How you pick your fat bitches up and shit?
No, because at work we have these 90-pound bags, right? And I try to like hand it like a boss, you know, trying to, you know, but it doesn't work. But this guy's all like, bro, he's like, just treat it like a fat bitch. Boom! He just, with his hip, he fucking throws it like to the top, like 4 or 5 feet above our heads.
It's like I like when we get into the social. I mean, show me how you pick your fat bitches up. Nothing against fat girls, we love you guys, but I was like, show me how you fucking pick your fat. And then like, they're like, I think that fucked up.
You call me out, and I try to like mimic that motion, but I couldn't.
I'm
but I
a nigga.
attempted. I attempted it.
I think it's my fault that Joe is about to get canned.
Oh my god, dude!
So I thought one of this dude that did that shit. I think he hurt his back, and now he's he might not be logo.
Joe, we love you. If by chance this ever comes across your desk,
Now he on disability.
just if by chance,
I know,
we
right?
love you. And we've been drinking, so don't ignore what's about this. You said,
but man, dude, it's crazy how like, you know, like you get all these fucking stories, right? Like we had to have you again though, like for sure, like so we could keep talking about this
Most definitely.
bullshit. Dude, it was amazing having you in the podcast for sure.
yeah, for sure, dude.
You definitely gave us different perspective on how life can happen.
Yeah, no joke. I wish I could tell you more time about how the families are. To be honest, dude, the stories I got just from the families after the death. Oh, bro, I have some really good ones.
Go ahead, go tell one. I had to look for this marker.
How much time you got?
We could go. You go.
It's not so much as a family. I have like I said, I do have a few that are good, but there's one story that I think you would find kind of interesting. All right, so we get this case. It's out in Loma Linda. There's this cool little retirement center for elderly. Obviously, you know, this is where you go to die. You know what I mean? It's at the bottom of like this hill. So the building, the actual building is made a little oddly. It's not like normal building. Like they're trying to like go with the terrain, you know. And so it's unusually longer, like, than it should be.
I'm gonna stop you there. Just keep going with your shit, but I'm gonna keep it in your mind. But I'm gonna stop you so the cameras don't cut off on the middle of your fucking story.
We're
live.
We're live.
Okay.
All right, so we get this call, and the lady's 101 years old. All right, on the file, it says that she's 78 pounds. So she's like all bone. Like you can like pick her up like that. You know what I mean? And so like I said, the place is unusually long, so we have to go down all the way to the left. The entrance is in the back of the building, all the way to the right. So we have to go. It's like
this is like a retirement home.
Yeah, and it's like I said, it's designed oddly because it's at the base of a mountain, so they're trying to make it work with the mountain.
Yeah.
So we have to go all the way back of the mountain, and we have to go all the way to the left, and it's a dead end. There's an opening, and then we have to go all the way back to the left and back forward, and all the way back to the right, and then that's where all the living areas are. Mm-hmm. The lady died all the way at the end. God damn, like all the way at the end. So back and forth. So we get there, we tell them, we see the head nurse. We're like, we're here to pick up this lady. She's like, oh, she's over there at the end, which is unusual. Normally they walk us. Mm-hmm. At the end, okay, we can find it. Not that big a deal. We get to the end, we see another nurse. Like, oh, we're here for this. Oh, she's over there. She's at last bed. What the fuck? Why are they acting like this? It's not what they normally do. Well, so we get in there, and there's 6 beds, all old people, all the curtains drawn.
They're all dead?
No, none of them are. But it's unusual. Usually they want to see their friend leave. I say last little prayer or something like that. But the nurses made them block off their curtains. Like, why the fuck? What is going on? This is really strange. This is not normal. So we get to the end. We open up the curtain, and she's covered. Okay, not uncommon. Take off the blanket. She's covered again with something else. It's like, okay, this is a little different. Take off the comforter. Then there's the medical blanket, the white blanket that you traditionally see, like when you think of sick people. Mm-hmm. And so we uncover that finally, and she's at the top of her bed, and she's curled up in like this jump position. She must have had like this massive heart attack because all of her skin on her face like sucked in, and like she looked like a zombie. Like her eyes were like she was looking at you, bro. Like she was thinking still, And
hell fucking no, nigga. Damn, I would have watched this shit. Say, Eric, you got that shit. I'm out of here.
I'm like, man, this shit gonna haunt my dreams. I can't look at this woman, bro. Like,
remember when I told you? Were you there with me when I was like, no, I think it was Tony. I was like, bro, like that lady. When I need to go help her because I feel like she's gonna hunt me when she dies. She's an old lady, and
that's how she looked because she died that day, so obviously she wasn't decaying, but she was definitely that ate 101 years old. Like I said, 78 pounds. Just she looked like a zombie, like a straight up zombie. Her all of her lips sunk back, and she looked like she was trying to like jump out of the bed to bite you. I could see why they like covered her up, but at that exact same moment, me and my partner look at each other with like this look of utter dismay. And when you die, they're supposed to lay you out. Mm-hmm. They left her in her crouched fetal position. It's been hours. So she's like a coin. Like you can pick her up. She's like a coin.
Fucking flip her.
We gotta lay her straight.
Yeah.
We gotta lay her on we can't fucking take her out like that.
When you pull her back and you try to
see this is where the fun stuff happens. Mm-hmm. Right? So we're like, okay, let's lay her down. So we try to lay her down, but she's like I said, she looks like she's about to jump at you, right? Mm-hmm. So we're like, okay, let's get the latch on her chest at least. Maybe we can get her flat. So we get her on her back, get the latch across, but her legs are up, her arms are up, but she's like, we can't cover her. We can't, we can't completely cover her. So we're like, okay, well, we're gonna break everything. So we break her shoulder, we pop out of that socket, we break her arm, we break her wrist. We've like destroyed this lady, but rigor mortis, I don't know what she did. I don't know what kind of life she lived, but she was strong. Like even with the breaks, like her arms held together because of the muscle. Mm-hmm. It became like a casing. So even though we broke everything, it didn't affect anything.
How do you you just went?
Yeah, pretty much.
What the fuck? This is what I'm saying, bro. This is not but still, nigga. Like that was somebody's grandma. That was somebody's mom. You feel me?
So we get her here. We like I said, we pop it out. We break it. We get this. We finally get her arms like in a way where like it's down by her sides, Mm-hmm. And now we have her hip and her legs and her knees and everything else. So we break her hip. We pull her leg. We break her leg. But she still won't lay flat. Her muscles are so like just
tense and shit.
Just that even with a broken knee, like we broke the fucking knee and it wouldn't go straight. Like the muscles held it like still bent.
Like what do you got? Do you guys come in with tools or you just fucking just?
Yeah, you just break it
What
like
the
that,
fuck?
nigga. Yeah.
So
No, man.
So we got the latch across the front.
Yeah.
Got the arms finally down to the side, and we got the latch across the bottom. So we're like, okay, let's just keep like latching. We're
that don't fuck
and
with you,
dude, and we've
bad,
been brutalizing this body for like 20 minutes, right? Just to try to lay her flat. We're not trying to be rude. We're not trying to like offend anyone, but there's rules. You can't see the body. We can't parade her. We can't make her,
Oh, here you go. Look at the body.
you know what I mean? She can't end up on YouTube because someone happened to record us walking by and we couldn't cover her. That would cause lawsuits for the company and stuff like that. And so we're doing whatever we can. And we're getting tired, bro. Like we're just breaking this old lady, and this she's just fighting us. So like I said, so we finally latch, and we finally get it just enough. We finally destroyed her enough where her fucking
This
her
bitch is not even. I'm sorry. this lady is not what she is.
Anyway, so we finally get her knees down, right? And no shit, you can hear the tension, like from the straps and everything. So we cover her up. We're like, well, let's get the fuck out of here right now, bro. I hope there's no family around, because like the only thing that's missing is the fucking smash the face in.
For real, we done broke everything else.
Everything else has been fucking done, right? So as we're walking down this excruciatingly long hallway, I have no idea who built this. The architect needs to be killed. I want to pick up the body to fucking break that one.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We're walking towards the end, and I see the head nurse, and she has like 5 nurses behind her. And I'm like, oh shit, I know what this is. This has happened before, where they want to like talk and introduce the new nurses to the. And I was like, please don't, please, because I can hear the latches like struggling. And like I said, when we like latched her down, like her knees, like I said with the latches, it was like, and like it was a struggle, and we couldn't get her knees down, right? And so, and in my head, I already feel like I can feel the universe talking to me, like I know what's about to happen.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh my god, please don't talk to me. It's like, if this nurse talks to me, it's fucking done. And sure enough, she was like, okay, well, these guys to come here often, you'll see them. And then sure enough, the latch on her chest breaks. Damn. It launches her forward.
Yeah.
No, it launches her up.
Oh, like she's like
in an upright position.
Like a fucking zombie. She just
and all of her covers come flying off. And we broke her arms and everything. So when she launches herself up, her arms come up.
Damn, bruh.
And
like, what the fuck were y'all doing?
And so these nurses,
this bitch ain't dead.
we have the head nurse who screams at the top of her lungs, no holding back, not even like.
I would have shit on myself.
And so the nurses, the 5-6 nurses that are behind her, dude, they go running. So we're in a packed building at prime visiting hours, and we have like 9 nurses running down the hall screaming bloody murder, and then on a cot in the middle there is what literally looks like a zombie looking like it's attacking people. It created chaos, dude. What happens when you see other people run? At least blacks and Mexicans fucking understand, dude. We fucking take the fuck off. You feel me?
For real.
So we emptied out half that building like right away.
We got a real life zombie.
We had sons like carrying out mothers, like trying to get the fuck out.
Damn, that's some scary shit,
nigga.
Right,
I would have punched you. The fucking.
That's what I'm saying.
I would have punched you, the other nigga, and the dead body, and I would have been gone.
I already knew my fastest way out was just carrying the body. Like,
yeah,
you gotta. And I can just imagine how you feel. You still gotta do your job.
I still do my shit, dog.
I gotta carry out this body. Like everybody looking at me like I'm crazy and shit.
Man, that's crazy though. But man, I ended with a bang, dude. Fucking zombie lady, fucking all broken arms, broken legs, broken knees, everything, man. But Eric, man, it was a pleasure having you, and we definitely need to have you back probably around the Christmas time, like Halloween time.
Yeah, for sure.
Halloween time, and we talk about some more shit. Like I want to talk here about more scary shit.
Oh,
you know what I'm saying? But before we leave, bro, I like all my guests on my table, so don't sign inside the letters.
For sure.
Yeah, because it was fucking Mark.
Did that.
Shout out to Mark, Roxy, and Rob, punk asses. Whatever you want to sign, don't sign inside the letters.
Yeah,
though.
for sure.
You remember where you signed, Mark? Yep. Right there.
Right there in the middle.
This thing is right there.
I did do that shit.
Damn, but yeah,
I
no.
was the first nigga to sign that though. I was the first one to ever sign.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Were you our first guest?
I was the 4th episode. Bro.
I'm surprised you haven't
And
numbered each signature.
I was the 4th
I
episode.
don't remember. I should go back and do it, huh? No, but Eric, it was a pleasure, man. If you have man, we got In the Woods stickers.
hell
I'm
yeah,
definitely
I'll take that.
we're making shirts, bro. We're in the process of making more shirts. I have one shirt, but it's a medium. I don't know if you want medium. If you want it, you could take it. If not, it's cool.
I'm glad I looked at then. Thank you. Said I'm glad I looked at then. Thank you.
But
I know you'd be checking me out.
Hey, but
you know why I call him AB?
What's that?
Absolutely beautiful.
Let your hair down.
Hey, shout out to Amber. Shout out to Amber, my cousin. She did my hair. Well, I told her she's gonna come in. She's gonna come in one of these days.
Gotta have it.
But if I don't know if you have social media. If you don't,
Yeah, I have no presence whatsoever.
okay. So no social media. You can't follow him and ask him questions. But if you want to follow us on Instagram, I'm myself is ABQMPR on Instagram. On Twitter, I don't even hop on Twitter, but if you want to follow me on Twitter, go ahead. On TikTok, ABCuban_PR. Come on, let's get to 30,000, man. Let's get to 30,000.
Yeah, and don't forget the Super Switch.
Oh yeah.
And don't forget, I'm gonna smoke your ass in Mario Kart.
I don't think so, bro. I'm a fucking beast.
Get on that streaming server. That Switch.
Yeah. What can I find you
You're
at?
talking to a
me
proud
at-
nerd, big dog. You better bring your A game before you fucking
Shit.
talk your shit.
I'm
Because I'm gonna
talking shit.
record that.
I'm talking shit right now, bro. I'm talking mad shit right now because I'm telling you, I'm a beast on that motherfucker.
You can find me at IMX_Good. It's all one word.
So if you want to follow the podcast, is In the Woods Pod. Tap in with us on Instagram, TikTok, and if you don't want to hear us, I mean, or don't look at my ugly ass or look at my sexy ass. If you don't want to look at us, but you want to hear us, we are on Apple Podcasts and Spotify. The link will be on the bio. Tap in, man. There's gonna be a great road. It's me and Mark now together I think is gonna be great, man. So tap in with us. Shout out to my boy Eric for coming through in the woods. You're part of the family now.
For sure.
Coming through, man.
Well, yeah, when we get the shirts, bro, I'm gonna for sure shoot you one.
Yeah.
But yeah, man. Make sure you guys tap in with all
And like I
social
said,
media.
I need to get that shirt with that phrase, right? Like, I've seen worse than the living.
Yeah, exactly. I will make one for you, especially though. But always stay blessed, be blessed, one love.
Peace.
Crazy, bro.
That was a good session.